Hello and welcome to the Champagne Anarchism channel. My name is Justin. I run a leftist reading series on here, and if you haven't seen me on here yet, this is your introduction. On this channel, I read through some great works of leftist literature, and I do little videos every week to explain a bit of the book so you can actually read through these books in real time and understand them. This is an update for the books that are coming over the next year. This takes us right up to December, and so I wanted to introduce the 4 books that we have for the remainder of the year because we have just finished our last book, which was Murray Bookchin's The Ecology of Freedom. And just a quick plug, you can get all of this on YouTube or on the Patreon channel. That's patreon.com/champagneanarchism. And you can also sign up for a membership on Patreon and get some extra stuff up there, like the 100 Great Anarchist series that I do over there. But all of this book feed, main feed stuff is totally free. So let's get into the books. Now, first off, starting up in a couple weeks on June 13th, we have Silvia Federici's Caliban and the Witch. Now, this book is absolutely incredible. This book is a work of academic history and thought. It basically makes the argument that for modern capitalism to exist, women needed to be subjugated, the absolute subjugation of the female body, and it goes through the historical progression of this subjugation of women. It is an indispensable book, and I think it will change genuinely the way you look at the world and the rest of history. This is taking the ideas of Karl Marx and knocking some of them back and then filling in the blanks for the rest. It is just a work of genius that maybe you've heard of before. I hope you have. And if you've always wanted to read Caliban and the Witch, definitely check it out. The next book on the list is one of the great leftist essay collections ever in the history of time. It is a must-read, I think, for humanity. It is, of course, Angela Davis's Freedom is a Constant Struggle. Now, this book, I mean, what is there to say about this book? Angela Davis, professor, thinker, Black Panther, she is just one of the true greats. And I genuinely think that all of humanity should read this book to just better understand the world that they live in and the oppressive conditions that we have created and continue to live with and tacitly accept. This book, listen, I won't say much more about it, except to say that it is a very readable book. You know, we've done some intense academic stuff on here. If you're looking for something that's a little easier to get into, this might be a perfect jumping off point, and that will start on August 1st. Freedom is a Constant Struggle. Check it out. Next up, if you have always been interested in economics and understanding a little bit more about the world beyond the sort of the propaganda that is fed to you, this is, I'm excited for this book. This book absolutely rules. This is David Graeber's Debt, the First 5,000 Years. It is, I mean, she's thick. It's we're going to take this 2 chapters at a time. It's a bit of a reading commitment. However, it's David Graeber, and David Graeber has not written anything that isn't immediately absorbing. He is one of the best kind of sit down, settle in. I'm going to explain this to you. I'm not going to treat you like a child, but it is still going to be very, very easy to read. This will take you through the history of debt, how we have chained ourselves to this infrastructure that is entirely based on debt that runs through not just our economic system, but our entire society. David Graeber's Debt, the First 5,000 Years. I mean, unbelievable. That will start on September 19th. And by the way, I'm giving you these dates. They may change a little bit because every now and again, I'll add an extra video that happened with The Ecology of Freedom just because I was like, actually, I need an extra video to get into more of this. So, you know, these are rough dates. They may change a little bit, but check out the Patreon channel. It will all be up there. Next up, we have the most difficult book on this list, and it's going to take us into the end of the year. Even though this is the smallest book on this list, the shortest one, this is Paulo Freire's Pedagogy of the Oppressed. This is a very, 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 very famous book. If you are any kind of educator or educator adjacent, chances are you've heard of this book, or maybe even you had to read this book. It looks short. I understand that. It's only 4 chapters, and we'll be going through it in 6 weeks. So introduction plus the 4 chapters plus a finale lecture that will bring it all together. But don't let this fool you. This is an incredibly difficult read. And if you've started in on this, you may find yourself benefiting from a couple videos that can kind of explain these things through. So I'm going to do my best to get into this this really, really complicated text and talk about the education system and how we have designed an education system that is absolutely fit for nothing besides educating good little productive workers in our society, and how damaging that actually is. So Pedagogy of the Oppressed, that starts November 14th and it takes us up to November 19th. And then I'll take those last 2 weeks off for myself just to hang out, because that's how I go. Now, that takes us into the end of the year, and I am working on the list for next year. I'm really excited. And of course, if you have any suggestions, please reach out. Drop me a comment, drop me a direct line. I'm always happy to field those. Let me know what you think should be on the list for next year. And if you are interested in any of the past books, you can check out that Patreon channel as well. I've tried to make that super organized so you can go to a book that you want to read through and you can check out the past videos that I've done. And just to go through those, dang, very quickly, we've got Frantz Fanon's The Wretched of the Earth. I mean, what can you say about this? You have one of my favorite books, Capitalism, A Ghost Story by Arundhati Roy, the great Indian writer and journalist. You have a book that will change the way you look at the news and propaganda and everything in between, Manufacturing Consent by Herman and Chomsky, just an unstoppable book. If you are looking for an introduction to anarchism, you can get into Emma Goldman's Anarchism and Other Essays. This is an essay collection. It is extremely readable and very, very good and deeply controversial. I mean, do women deserve rights? Yes, they do, but we'll get into it for this one. And then you've got, oh my gosh, I love this book. I absolutely love this book. This is Eduardo Galeano's Open Veins of Latin America. If you're looking for a little bit of Latin American history and theory and post-colonial work of genius, Eduardo Galeano, you just cannot go wrong. The poet and philosopher and thinker and writer and journalist, polymath for sure. Eduardo Galeano's Open Veins of Latin America is an indispensable work. And then the book that we just finished, probably the most difficult one we've done, the most ambitious by far, Murray Bookchin's The Ecology of Freedom. Again, she's thick, but she's good. This is a work of genius, and if you are interested in ecology, if you are interested in environmentalism, if you are interested in building a human society that can coexist better with nature, this is the book you need to read. So go check out the Patreon channel for any and all of those past books, and let me know what should be coming up. Thank you so much for watching this update, and I will see you next time in about a week for Caliban and the Witch. See you there.